Hey there guys, welcome back to United Brothers. Today we have another flying machine. What is it with you and quads and quad-like planes?
Best of both worlds here, man.
Why,
this is awesome.
Why do you always get something that still flies like a quad? This is cool though, what is this?
This is the Expert from Aries.
So if I'm not mistaken, didn't this airplane just get discontinued?
Yeah, it just got discontinued. I actually picked it up at our local hobby shop for 50 bucks. It's an amazing deal.
It's crazy. Didn't they sell? Aren't they selling real quick right now? I think they had like what 24. Now they're down to 6.
Yeah,
I mean
exactly.
they're selling like hotcakes now.
Since Friday, which was 3 days ago.
We will say right now they do still make parts for it, from what we understand.
Yep.
So if you do find one of these cheap or find one online, definitely pick one up.
Yeah.
We still have yet to actually fly this. If I do recall, we actually did have one of these before.
I did, yeah.
Took it straight up, and what happened was, as soon as he flipped to forward flight, we're not sure if it was the wind or there was something wrong with it, but it just went straight into the ground to
It
the
just
right.
pulled straight right. I couldn't do anything.
And then
about it.
bam, right into the
Yeah.
ground.
So when I first got this, I picked up a receiver and put my own in there. A Spectrum receiver.
Because these are ready to fly, right?
They are, yeah.
Okay.
So it comes with a 4-cell 1300 milliamp battery.
Yeah.
Which by itself is $32. So this thing is a steal.
I won't lie either. I hate the ready to fly models. I mean, they're great if you haven't
yeah.
flown before, but it's like if you got Spectrum or one of those nice radios, just replace the receiver.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even want to deal with those cheap controllers, you know. What I really like about this, just from the start, it feels really rigid.
Yeah.
I do like the reinforcement carbon they have up here in the front of the wings. One thing I have noticed with this, compared to the last thing we did, the Expert, not too long ago, right?
Yeah, yeah.
One thing with the Expert is they eliminated a lot of fail points. This airplane does have about 4 extra fail points that the Expert didn't have.
Yeah, one thing I don't like is that it has a plastic geared servo to move all of these motors. One.
So if that thing strips, I mean you're
done.
for it.
Yeah. So another thing would probably get maybe a digital one.
Yeah.
Get a little more accurate out of it.
Yeah, definitely. It also what I looked at, guess what? No rudder.
Nope.
It only has 2 flight surfaces on the back. What would you call these? Definitely say ailerons.
Elevons.
Okay.
Yep.
Definitely. Well, sweet, man. And then what kind of battery does this take?
I just told you.
Oh, excuse me. Right. There's a blooper.
1300 milliamp 4-cell.
Yeah. So awesome. No, this is pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
So basically, let's get this in the air and fly it. What do you think?
Let's try it.
Let's do this.
So we're just about to plug it in here, but one thing you want to know is that with the stock transmitter, you want to have the thing about 6 feet away, because that's how the high-tech radios are. But I have the Spectrum, so it doesn't really matter how far away it is. So I'm just going to plug it in here. It'll go through its initialization. And as soon as I go vertical, it's ready to go.
So right now this is the gyro, right?
Yep.
Very cool. Anything special with this gyro system that they need to know as well? Do you have to rev it up a little bit first for it to start working like AS3X would be, or no?
Nope.
Okay, very cool.
It does have a form of AS3X in there, I've noticed. So yeah, good to go. And these motors are extremely loud, so don't fly
It sounds like it, man. Wow.
So it's cool, instead of the plane actually tilting forward, the motors tilt forward.
Oh, that's
and
very
the plane
cool.
Stays stable.
So it stays nice and straight for you.
Yeah.
That makes it a little easier to transition, because some airplanes, they basically what they'll do is they'll take off and they're doing this until and that kind of throws you off a lot.
Yeah.
So, well, why don't we go ahead and see how it hovers a little bit? Oh my gosh, the grass.
It's really stable, and there's no wind right now, so it's perfect. You can see it tilt forward like that. And the yaw is extremely lazy.
Really slow?
Yeah. This is full right.
Jeez.
It's so slow.
So definitely don't be doing anything close to indoors, huh?
No.
Why don't you get above me a little bit? Let me get above it a little. Get a little.
What?
There's a blooper. Why don't you get above me a little bit? Let me see it. So we've already taken it off vertically. What are you going to do for us now?
I'm going to take off vertically and then hit a switch and fly like a plane. Let's do it.
Oh God.
I'm going to do it kind of low, so if it does do something funny,
You don't hit the ground too hard.
Alright, you ready?
Let's do it.
God, I'm scared.
Whoa. Straight up. Is she good?
It is a little weird. It's very, it's very mushy. Oh God, it is really mushy.
Are you gonna be okay?
Oh
It seems kind of
Jesus.
teeter-totty the whole time.
Weird. Okay, turn this way. It is not.
It's like back and forth, left and right. Just like, I mean, from right here where I can see it, it's just kind of moving back and forth a little bit on you. Is it really weird?
It is. I don't know. It's so weird. Try to turn right here.
You have no rudder, right?
No rudder. I think it has differential thrust.
Watch it, watch it.
I got it. It's not fast at all. This is
No.
75% throttle. Go 100. No, it is not fast at all. That is really
That's really
underwhelming.
surprising. I won't lie, this is better than it was last time. The last time we tried to fly one of these, it just went straight in the ground.
Yeah, the wind didn't help either.
Uh-uh.
So if there's wind, be really cautious. So let's flick it back into
Hover mode.
hover mode. See how it does. So the gyros take over there. And it
Jeez,
stops.
that sound.
It does not sound good, does it?
Uh-uh.
Oh ho ho!
Oh, that wind.
I'm not doing that at all.
That's the wind there, jeez.
Jeez. This thing's making me nervous.
Is it definitely a Widowmaker?
It is. Bring it back. Ho ho. The gyros do not know what to do with winds.
Uh-uh.
Wow. Hover mode is perfect, but just flying in forward flight is weird. I see why it's $50 now. It's worth just buying it for the battery. Alright, let's
No
go back
kidding,
into
good
forward
lord.
flight.
Alright.
Ho-ho. It
Jeez.
goes with the full throttle by itself. This way,
It seems so sketchy when you do that.
it is really sketchy. I'm glad I'm doing it low though.
No kidding, good lord.
It seems like one of the motors is down all the way, almost.
Kind of looks like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I wonder if that is, actually? I wonder if that's how it steers around, actually.
Not in forward flight.
No?
No, it has the two control surfaces in the back to do that.
You sure it uses absolutely no motor?
Well, I don't know.
That's what I'm wondering,
I have no
because I see them moving around with it. Sometimes they're really straight, and sometimes they're like curved, so I wonder if it moves around with it a little bit. I'm sure they're going to correct us in the comments.
It just looks like a brick flying in the air.
Doesn't look as happy as it should be, does it?
No.
I honestly think what it is, I don't know if it has quite enough wing surface for how slow it flies.
Okay, it does have yaw.
Okay.
So the motors are doing that.
Okay. So it does have a yaw pretty much function.
Yeah. I'll try to do a low pass.
Okay.
See if I can get this thing to come down because it's so floaty.
Is it pretty floaty?
It's really floaty.
It kind of looks like to me that how they have the wing set up, it seems like it would be really easy to stall.
Yeah, it's almost like a biplane.
Just a lot of lift, right?
Yeah, a ton.
Do you trust it in a nice low pass?
This is probably as low as I'm going to go with it. It's about 50%.
Yeah, the motors are definitely moving around a bit, so I think that they're supposed to. Ooh, that was sketchy. Oh, going left.
Oh, wow.
Do you like this thing?
In hover mode, yes.
But plane mode, what would you give the rating on that?
I'm going to give it about a 4.
Oh, wow. So that's bad.
I mean, it's mushy, good for a beginner, but it has some weird tendencies that...
It kind of looks like a weird, almost want to tip stall half the time.
Yeah, I noticed the front motors are tilted up a bit, so that might be something that's doing that. Actually keeping it up.
Probably.
So I'm not sure of the flight times because we didn't put the...
Want to bring her back in and get another battery in there?
Yeah, I'll put it in hover mode here.
You don't want to land it with the
Around.
wheels? Why not?
Not really. I'm gonna take a prop off.
Be perfect with this grass.
Take the whole orange pot off there.
Pot off?
Yeah, the orange pot.
Oh, pot. I thought you said, never mind. Okay.
For flight? Yep, hover mode. It's a lot better if you don't touch any controls.
I bet.
Alright, yeah, let's bring it right in. Back it on up. Cool. So that was about 5 minutes flying time. I'd say that's probably max, because at around 4 minutes, the battery starts getting really hot. So
Definitely watch that a little bit.
yeah, definitely. So let's see how it feels here. Yeah, it is pretty warm.
Okay, it's definitely 4 minute max, basically.
Yeah, it is an 85-degree day, so
Yeah, so it's not helping either.
And there's no airflow inside of there
No,
at all.
no. So yeah, it looks weird flying in the air. It looks really strange.
Very awkward, yeah.
Because it almost, like, honestly, from the way it looks like it flies like a helicopter in forward flight, and then
Yeah.
it looks like it flies like an airplane in hover mode. It's
Yeah.
weird.
So basically, I give it input, and then it takes about a second for it to respond, and then it's like really mushy. It doesn't correct itself all too much, so it just keeps going. It's really mushy.
Would you definitely say this is not Ari's best product?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Especially at the time when it came out, it was $500.
And that's
So-
why they dropped down to 50 now.
I would not buy this thing for $500.
Well, the thing is though too is you got to look at the facts. Like, you know, you take an airplane like, you know, like the new Carbon Z Cessna, which we did a review on not
Yeah.
too long ago. That airplane's $500, which it justifies because of how big, how easy it is to transport, and the
Yeah.
6-cell power. This thing's only a 4-cell, but yet it's $500 model because of just the vertical takeoff feature.
Yep.
But honestly, for the fact of it, I honestly would rather just have a quad because it looks like this is just scary
But at the time, there was tons of technology that was in there.
that no one else had.
Yeah, exactly.
You said, wasn't it? Didn't this come out in 15, right? 2015.
I think so. We'll correct that there
Yeah, definitely.
if it's wrong. But
I do know it's at least a 1.5 year old model. I do remember when it came out, everyone was really excited about it. I'll tell you right now, though, after flying the Exford, I definitely say this airplane's not quite up to par.
yeah,
And honestly, like I said, on top of that too, this airplane does have quite a few more fail points than the Exford did, just because of all the swiveling motors.
yeah.
And you said this is all by one plastic servo, right?
One plastic geared servo is moving those 4 motors.
That's just
And
ridiculous.
that's probably the biggest fail point.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Well, let's get another battery in and see if we can get another flight out of her.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, we got another battery in there. We're gonna do a few more flybys and maybe even a barrel roll.
Oh
And
man,
see
that's
how-
that's gonna be sketchy.
It is sketchy.
Aren't you gonna? If I remember too, you're gonna go ahead and try to stall too, aren't you?
Yeah, I was gonna try to stall as well. And then when I bring it back down to hover mode, I'll see if Robert wants to give it a try in hover mode
Okay.
and see how he is if he wants to do a forward flight.
All right, let's try it out, man.
All right.
Be very careful on that barrel roll. I'm nervous for you.
Reset my timer. There we go.
Why does an airplane that looks so cool have so many problems?
It goes full throttle as soon as you hit that switch.
I won't lie, it probably needs to though.
Yeah.
I mean, you have so much weight that has to go all of a sudden to forward flight, so. But I won't lie though, you think with 4 motors it'd be faster?
I think so. Especially on a 4-cell.
Yeah, those motors are drawing a lot of power though.
And like I said, I had one of these before, and I crashed it, of course.
Well, yeah, the first
Those
time
are
you
the
tried to
wings.
fly it, it just went straight down to the right.
Yeah, I didn't know how it felt,
That wasn't even your fault, you couldn't handle that one.
but I tore it apart, and some things are not quite right in there.
Definitely not flying again.
I mean, like the flight control board, the battery hooks straight up to that flight control board, and then everything else hooks up to that. So you have, what, 15 volts going through that control board,
Jeez.
which is a little weird, especially when I'm used to drones.
Oh,
Having
exactly,
power
definitely,
distribution board
definitely.
Away from that one.
All right, want to get up high enough, try to roll?
Oh god, yeah. Let's see if I can go straight up.
By the way, we hope you guys noticed the difference, but we did make some improvements to the camera. Oh my gosh.
It does not like that.
Uh-uh.
Those props are so.
We did make some improvements to the camera. Now you're not going to hear wind like you used to. That was.
not.
I hope not. Exactly.
Think
That was.
high enough?
Yeah, let's try it, man.
Okay, let me turn around here.
Here, I'll zoom in a little bit so I can get a good view of it.
Yeah, turn around.
Oh man, pray this does not go down.
Barrel roll. Oh god, it's so slow.
Oh,
It is not. Nope.
why not?
It got about halfway and started diving. That is not good.
Probably scared you a little bit there.
Whew.
Definitely not doing that again.
Oh, it's gonna land on me.
Definitely not doing that again. Does not have the throw.
Definitely not.
Why don't you go ahead and try to stall for us?
Let me get up higher.
Do not trust the same 20 mistakes high, do you?
I don't trust the 30.
Or 40.
Any amount of mistakes high, I don't trust it. But it's only $50, so why not?
Give it a shot for the fans.
Okay. Motors off.
Oh my gosh. That sound.
It is awful. Yeah, that's all it does. That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's really surprising, actually.
That was full back, yeah. Whoa.
That was really surprising, actually. I'm impressed.
I mean, it does dive a little, but
But nothing like uncontrollable, though, right?
no, you definitely don't want to land like this.
No.
You go straight into the ground.
You do not have the flight services to pull out of that one.
So he'll come back towards us. I'll go into hover mode,
All right.
and we'll give it to Robert.
Oh no. My God. Every time it's like, ah!
Yeah, it's doing it by itself, trying to straighten itself out. All right, I'll land it and hand it off to Robert.
Man, that's crazy. All right, guys. I don't know why Damon's trusting me with this, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it in hover mode.
Let's do it.
Man, that thing looks just sketchy though.
It's sketchy in forward flight.
Watching that roll,
sure.
man, that, wow, I don't want to ever see you do one of those again.
No.
All right, let's try this out. Wow, it's actually really stable. I won't lie though, I kind of know what you mean. It's got kind of a lag to it. Every time you do any kind of inputs, it's just really slow to respond.
Yeah.
But it's because it has to move all those motors around.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. You guys watch it too. Those motors are working kind of really hard to keep that up.
They are pretty small motors.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't go something a little larger, but you know, you have to also account for the weight.
Mm-hmm. There isn't that much weight.
No. But when you got something that has to hold itself straight in the air. I don't know, man. That thing's sketchy.
It's really sketchy.
It looks sweet.
Yeah, it does. Looks like this should be a real plane.
That's crazy. That's insane to fly. Like you said, I definitely noticed the slow control inputs. Even on hover mode, it definitely has kind of a couple seconds, like almost a second you have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird too, because I notice it when you watch all the motors moving forward. Sometimes when you do a really hard turn, you watch the motor kind of jump a little bit, and it kind of throws you off because the plane kind of does a little jerking motion. I don't know if you saw that a little earlier. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like you said, it's really sketchy.
Yeah.
It's
You have to be really on your toes with this plane in forward flight.
Exactly. It's a little nuts. I think if I try it in forward flight, I definitely want to be really high. I'm going to let you go ahead and land it too.
Okay.
I think I'll give it one little go around, but I won't lie though, man. I'm nervous. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. What do you think?
Let's do it. So Robert's giving it a try now.
Oh man, dude, am I nervous.
Try to stay as high as you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going low with this thing, I'll tell you that. I completely see what you mean though. You give it right aileron, and it takes like a second for it to input, and it's really like kind of like being on, like, how do I say it? It's very sloppy.
It's mushy, yeah.
It doesn't feel good. My gosh, the up throttle though.
Yeah, it goes straight up when you give it more throttle.
Get away from the houses. I won't lie, it's not the worst thing to fly. I mean, since I've flown for a while, it's not too bad. If you're a beginner, I don't know, man. I don't know how well
it doesn't act like a normal plane at all.
No, it doesn't. So, you know, if you got into this as a beginner, this might throw you off a little bit.
Yeah.
The biggest thing with it, though, I have to say, definitely has to be its just how it flies, forward flight. It flies pretty good as a quadcopter. The only thing is, like I said, since you're mixing both worlds, basically, it doesn't want to fly quite like a plane or a quad, you know, like the normal ones would. So be very careful with that.
So how about you flip that switch there and go into quad mode?
You sure?
Yep, it'll do it all itself.
Okay, and that's the gear switch.
Yep, don't touch anything because it'll freak out if you do. Do it all itself. Just make sure your throttle's up so you hover.
Okay.
And just bring it in.
Okay, that's not too bad.
No, the transition is okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, definitely don't fly this thing when there's wind. It is really sketchy. It's sketchy without wind.
This would not fly well in the wind and forward flight.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely a really interesting idea. I'm sorry, Aries, but I do have to say, $500 for this was quite a steep gamble.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you know, for this to be worth half a paycheck, you know, it's not quite there.
Month's rent.
I won't lie, for $50, this is something I would definitely take a chance on.
Yeah.
If you find these and they're not too expensive, and you really want to give it a go because you're an experienced pilot, I would say go for it. I'd say my personal review of the plane altogether, I definitely probably give it a 4 or 5 out of 10.
Yeah, definitely.
There's just, it's not quite all there. The airplane is very kind of sloppy in a lot of ways. And on top of the biggest problem I have with it, just has to be the way it flies forward flight. And I'll tell you too, if you're not careful with that throttle on moving forward like that in forward flight, that thing might go straight up and stall on you.
Yeah.
So
the stalls aren't too bad though. They're not super aggressive.
No, it's quite a cool idea. I really think if they try this again, and you know, take out some of these sloppy characteristics, this would be such an amazing setup.
Yeah. Land it there. perfect.
Yeah, I definitely have to say best estimate. Myself anyway, I definitely give this a solid 4 out of 10. What would you say? Probably about the same.
Yeah.
There's quite a few things about it that don't feel quite right. If you were a beginner, this is definitely not for you. If you're an experienced pilot, after flying for so long, you might be okay. But man, it's a small it's kind of a transition to get into once you're actually flying.
If you've been flying a while and you on your toes, then you should be able to.
Should be okay.
You should
Definitely,
be okay.
we do recommend flying a day like this, no wind. This is really rare for where we live, because we live in Spokane, so it's just always windy here. So this is a really rare opportunity. We do also want to say to all you guys, we're getting to the end of summer here, unfortunately, but we're definitely going to keep giving you guys our RC reviews as much as we can. We do appreciate all of you guys for all the comments, the subscribers we've been getting. We're really close to 200 subs, which we're really excited
Super excited about that, yeah.
We're excited. It's a big thing for us. You guys don't think so, but all of you guys that have been subscribed to us for as long as you have, or even if you're new, really appreciate it. We love all you guys. We definitely have something a little special we're bringing you for the 200 subscriber special, I'd say, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I definitely want to say, we here at United Brothers definitely give this a solid 4 out of 10. It's just kind of sloppy in some areas it doesn't need to be. Doesn't quite fly like a quad right, doesn't fly quite fly like a plane right. Honestly though, if $50 isn't too big of an investment for you, you can find them for that price, definitely try it out. I definitely think if you're an experienced pilot, give it a shot. $500 when these came out, I can see why it didn't sell well. And then on top of that, I do know these were just recently discontinued, so they do still make parts from what I understand for it. You know what, so give it a shot. Anyway though guys, hey, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'm Robert.
I'm Damon.
This is United Brothers. We'll see you guys again next time.
See you.